Happy Independence Day to all of you out there in and from the United States. With me together in studio is Senior Mr. Josh Arana. By way of teaser, of the 7 vital energy centers known as chakras, only one lies outside the body, 2 inches approximately above the head, known as the crown of ecstasy. It lies outside the body because it is one of the vital energy centers, true, but it is of a spiritual, not physical nature, unlike the other 6. So it floats. Whether you are consumed with your own spirit, the spirit of God, alcohol, or pharmaceuticals, the result is the same. You become oblivious when drunk with the spirit to either time or space, which is, in effect, it renders you unfit to work. Mentally, your mind gets weary whenever you are ecstatic. Your mind gets weary, but your physical body comes out. If you remain ecstatic for an extended period of time, your body eventually caves in. So your mind keeps going on and on and on and on and on in perpetuity, but your body eventually gives in, it caves in. So in a sense, the mind, the mind just it doesn't wear out when you're ecstatic. For those consumed with the Spirit of God, with their own spirit, or in the spirit of the ancestors, you're in a state of enlightenment. It is imperative that one who is inclined to becoming ecstatic be grounded. Grounded from within, so as to remain in control of him or herself. That person always needs to be seen with clarity from within him or herself, as well as be connected to the divine, who then you the individual, are reaching up to the divine, to become the best version of yourself, and the divine reaching down to you. So you're connected. Your own power connected to the supernatural divine, who gives you the power outside of yourself, known as grace. Grace is supernatural power outside yourself. So you become invincible. So you're seeing with clarity, even though you're ecstatic, but you're also grounded because you're connected to the source, the divine. In Garifuna, the drums invoke the power of ancestors. There are many able to beat the Garifuna drums, However, those in the Dabuyaba, and those leading the drumming, and those like the person we have in studio today, a master of the drums. To be in service at the Dabuyaba, you have to have a calling. To be a master of the drums, you have to have a calling. A number of the nature of your existence, your and mine, is comparable to either an atom, the created universe. The atom is so small, so you can scarcely compare it to the nature of your own existence because you can't see it with the naked eye. And the created universe is just too vast to capture in one picture frame. Therefore, to know the nature of your own existence, it is most convenient to examine yourself. the way you think, feel, and experience. You who comprise the same five elements as the created universe and in similar proportions. 72% water, 4% fire, 12% earth, 6% air, and 6% space. To live a full-fledged and profound life, you need to regularly cleanse these five elements that are within yourself. If you fall short and are unable, you also can transcend these five elements, i.e., with the help of a musician, in particular, a master of music, such as our guest in studio today, likened to a Bob Marley or an Annie Palacio. Whenever she becomes ecstatic on stage, you can become consumed with the similar experience through them, passed on through them. To all of you, my great maternal grandmother was Signora Arana. You know, Garifuna go first landed to our shores here in Belize, documented in 1802. Notwithstanding, Signora Arana was born either a little before or around that time, and her birth is registered in Barranco. She was widowed by her first husband, last name Palacio, after three children, one of whom were my great grandmother Isidora Palacio. Isidora married Dago. Isidora gave birth to my great grandmother Emily Dago, who gave birth to Emily Dago Flores, who gave birth to my mother Florine Doris Dago Flores. My mother married Louis. Louis, unrelated to the Louis from my maternal side, for Simona, having been widowed, subsequently went on to marry Louis, with whom she had two more children, Wellington and Paul. Wellington known as 68, Paul known as Rincon, from Pollock Street, Gangriga. My great grandpa was Domingo West from my father's side, paternal, was Domingo S. Lewis, who gave birth to my grandpa, Percy Edward, who gave birth to my dad, Percy Maximo, who birthed me and gave me the name Percy Anthony, not to be confused, especially you tellers at the back, for I also have a son, but Percy Freeman. Today in studio, our special guest, world-renowned Josh Arana, modern day Machete, able to make the drums speak in multiple languages. Josh was a member of the Andy P band that went world viral, promoting this Garifuna Collective, along with Paul Nabor. Josh is here to tell us about his journey, past, present, and future, as well as to share the experience from that tour with the greats. He has promised to call the songs recorded in Garifuna Collective, can you imagine? And interpret the meaning of the songs for us in English. Without further ado, my cousin Josh Arana. Welcome.
We've been off Yanigo, we've been off Brother Percy.
Yes,
Thank you for that beautiful introduction. I was also I was born in Dangriga. We lived on Pollock Street as well.
Josh, from early, okay. I can put my finger on it then. Josh, you from on you when did you start to immerse yourself in this beating of the drums? Was it when you started, were you just playing with the drums, or were the ancestors calling you to beat?
I think my journey. I think there are stages to my journey.
Okay, brother.
For me, I started because it was a way of life. Let me have
Okay.
let me have Yuragido. Get bagambo, loro the ground.
Mm.
As pretty much every day the drums were playing. We had We had people in our neighborhood like Tegi, Bird, Lupe,
Yes.
Implo,
Yes.
um,
Yes.
Paji, Stallion,
Yes. Yes.
Bato, Big
Mm-hmm,
Phil,
mm-hmm.
so Wayne, Coach,
Yes. Yes.
um,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Ivan.
Yes.
So um, and in that one little space, right,
Uh-huh.
competing for the reign of 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 who is the true master, right? Um,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
in
Yes.
in my time, I would say that
Uh-huh.
the person who was the master at that time was, or
Uh-huh.
no, let me not say the person, but there was a
Uh-huh.
group that when they played together, there
Okay.
is unlike any other, and that
Yes.
was
Yes. Yes.
Peggy,
Yes.
Lupe, and Bird.
Ah.
When
Okay.
when
Okay,
when
bro.
these guys came together, it was like magic, and there was there's something that you said earlier that um, a, a musician, an artist, when they are immersed into their craft, they could also bring you along on that journey. And I think these guys had that skill, and they brought me in. Bagama yan, bro.
Josh, I lost you. Yeah. Sorry to the guests. We're still we had an interruption. Yeah, Josh. Okay, go
Yeah.
ahead, bro. Continue. Sorry about that.
Yeah. No problem. So I think hearing these guys play, they brought me in, and I started when I was 5, because Tegi didn't Tegi didn't live too far from me. All I had to do was go through the backyard,
Uh-huh.
and I was in Tegi's yard.
Okay.
And these guys played all the time, all the
Yeah.
time. We weren't allowed to touch the drums, but
Ah.
but, but we were allowed to sit around and listen. And if
Yes.
you had
Yes. Yes.
questions, these guys were open to teach.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Well. So when were you allowed to touch? Um. Was there training,
Um,
or
training
you stole your chance? You thief chance.
my my well, that was a part of the training process. Just
Uh-huh.
listening, right? Um,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
we used to go to church as well. Fortunately, the church that that we went to as children, the Baha'i church,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
they had some little drums there,
Okay.
and that's where I was allowed to actually touch the drum. Um,
Yes.
But there's a difference between playing on the table, playing on a bucket, and playing on a drum.
Explain.
For you to be able to create songs on a table, you have to use
Mhm.
this part of your hand. So you have to use this
Ah,
part of your hand to create songs,
okay.
right?
Yes. Okay. Yes.
When you play on a bucket, you have to, you can only use kind of this part of your hand
The tips.
because the bucket has a rim, and you don't want to
Yes.
hurt your hands keep, right? So you don't want to keep hitting
Yes.
your hands on that
Yes.
rim. When you play on a drum, you have to
Mm-hmm.
use this portion of your hand, all of this.
Yeah. Ah, most of it. Most
Yes,
of it.
the whole palm.
Ah, yes, the whole palm. Got you. All right. So you evolve. You evolve,
Yes.
and so eventually, well, you went through some steps, and then you became a master. I mean, what I'm saying is that you admired these guys because you grew up watching them, and they were, like you said, they played together very, very well, cohesively. I wanted to ask you because I said something in my presentation. Do you have to have a calling to play in the Dabuyaba, in your opinion?
I think for some people you have to have that calling,
Mm-hmm.
um, because with that calling you will go out to seek the knowledge that you need.
Yes, yes,
But there are some people who just have the interest,
yes.
and because you have that interest, you go to seek the knowledge that you need. And
Yes, right.
with the knowledge, you're able to be a part of the whole system because you understand the system.
Right,
And
right,
the whole system is one of respect. The whole system is one of understanding who we are as a cohesive unit, as a group.
well then, right there, can I leap from that to ask you about the system of the drums, at the drums of our Father, right there at the Y? Can you
Well,
explain? Can you explain it to people?
the drums of our Father, as this was a conversation I had with with Mr. Kai, Mr. Roy Kai.
Yes, yes.
So originally those drums were not designed to go there. Those drums were designed to be at Melinda,
Okay,
where
okay.
Royce's monument is.
All right, all right.
But when they were made by the carver,
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Okeke, um, they were too big. So they
Okay.
found this. So the space that they use, the only space they believe that
Mm-hmm.
could accommodate where people would still be able to view it would have
Aha.
been what we used to call the Y Park, because that
Yes,
space
yes,
was
yes.
called the Y Park in,
Yes, yes,
in those
yes.
days, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the drum represents our spiritual drums. Um, Tigaran with Dabuyaba.
Aha. But I'm getting at the playing up the drums in the Buyaba, this past, present, and future. Please
Mhm.
explain to our audience.
So the drums on the left
Uh-huh.
hand side of the middle drummer would represent past.
Yes.
The drum in the middle represents present, and the drum on
Yes.
the other end represents future.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Past, present,
Mm-hmm.
and future represents one cycle of life,
Yeah.
and each and every person will go through that cycle of life.
Yeah.
So each generation then has its obligations to the next generation,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and in
Mm-hmm.
giving back to those who were, and in paying respect to those who are to come, you are also honoring yourself,
Yes, yes,
because
yes,
is
yes.
because it is in giving back that we paid forward.
Yeah.
Um,
No. Uh-huh.
just
Go
let
ahead,
me
bro. Please,
um,
please. Sorry,
so
sorry. Go ahead. Uh-huh.
each and every person will go through that one cycle of life. Those who
Yes.
were those who were
Mm-hmm.
once in the future and
Mm-hmm.
were once in the present. Now they're in the
Yeah.
past.
Yes.
Those who are in the future will one
Mm-hmm.
day be in the present and will one day be in the past. Those
Yes.
in the
Yes.
present are now in the present, but they were once in the future
Yes.
and they will one day
Yes.
be in the past.
Yeah.
So in giving honor to your ancestors, again, we don't worship our ancestors, but we give honor to our ancestors.
Yes, indeed, indeed,
In giving
indeed.
honor, we're also giving honor to ourselves in the present space.
Yes, yes, yes.
Um, the the
Yes, yes.
the three drums in the Dabuyaba plays in unison. They play
Aha.
together to
Aha.
say that to say that each generation, all the generations are condensed in that time and space as one.
Ah. Ah.
We are honoring our ancestors as
Aha.
at the same time giving honor to our future generation.
Yes.
In that
The,
process of giving honor, we're
aha.
ensuring that the
Aha.
culture that was left for
Aha.
us as legacy is being
Yes.
passed on.
Okay.
So we
Okay.
want so we want to ensure that what was left for us
Mm-hmm.
is left in its as purest as form as possible.
Yeah.
But it is us in the present who will weed out the things that we believe
Uh-huh.
did not help us along the way,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
us to then be able to pass on
Yes.
something what we would perceive as better to the next
Got
generation.
you. Got you. Got
And
you.
when we play our segunda drums, so if you
Uh-huh.
notice my drums here,
Yes, yes.
can you see my snares? My snares are
Yes,
aligned.
yes. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So my
Uh-huh.
snares are aligned this way, not this way.
Yes.
Because when you have the other drums, the
Uh-huh.
snares, symbolically, you can see that they are connected. Each generation has its obligations to the next generation. There's an unbroken relationship from generation to
Ah.
generation.
Okay. 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 Wow. Who the lead drummer? Which one does the lead drummer in the Dabuyaba? Which drum does that lead drummer play?
The, uh, all the drums played in the Dabuyaba are segunda drums. But
Oh.
the name that you together you would refer to them as Tigaramo Dabuyaba. So all the
Uh-huh.
drums are the drums for the temple,
Yes.
for or of the temple, or
Yes.
the
Okay.
Dabuyaba, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, the lead drummer, his drum has a specific is given a specific name, and it's called
Ah.
Lanigi, the heart drum.
Ah.
The reason why this one is given a specific name,
Uh-huh.
because
Uh-huh.
it is in the present. So the
Okay.
past, your past, or
Yes.
those in the past has a passive
Uh-huh.
voice. They
All
serve to
right.
inspire you. As
Yes.
those in the
Yes. Yes.
future has a passive voice. It is
Mm.
you in the present who has that active voice, who are able to make changes. You will
Uh-huh.
determine what from the past goes into the future,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
so because of that, the drum in the middle is the drum that dictates changes, when the change will happen.
Right. And that's the
So
lead drummer in the middle.
yes.
Uh-huh.
So that drum is bigger, will be bigger than the other two,
Okay.
because it dictates changes. Whatever changes will happen
Yes. Yes.
in terms of the rhythm, the drum in the
Uh-huh.
lanigi. The lanigi is
Lanigi,
what
hey.
is the drum that is
Yes,
the drum
yes.
that dictates
The
that
heart.
the
Uh-huh.
changes
The
that will
changes.
happen during
Follow
during
the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Josh, you became a part of greatness. So you are a great. Putting together the Garifuna Collective. Tell us about that.
um the Garifuna Collective for me, it my journey with the Garifuna Collective started out with my friendship with Andy Palacio.
Okay.
Um, I remember
Okay.
I remember when Andy Palacio called me
Mm-hmm.
and asked me if I wanted to go to go on a trip with
Okay.
with with himself and a few other members. Um,
Yes. Name some. Name some. Name some.
so at that time, I did not know who the members were.
Okay.
So I explained to Andy that I was in the moment I was busy, but I would be
Uh-huh.
able to have that conversation with him
Okay.
as soon as I'm free. There was a Miss
Yeah.
Garifuna at that time, and I was playing drums along with a few friends, namely Tyson Johnson and Owen
Uh-huh.
Alberto.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
Fortunately, Owen Alberto was able to join us, so myself and Owen Alberto went as drummers. Um,
Okay.
we joined Aurelio Martinez,
Mm-hmm.
Adrian the Doc Martinez, Paul
Mm-hmm.
Nabor, and Andy Pala.
Whoopa.
So it was six of us.
Whoopa. Yes. 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 Yes.
So I was the junior among the icons
Yes.
at
Yes.
that
Yes.
time,
Yes.
no? And I was I am still I still feel privileged that I was able to just be in the presence of these great men. Unfortunately, Paul Nabor has left us. Paul Nabor, Andy, um, Aurelio, they all left us. But the work continues. The work continues. They continue to inspire us. Even though they're no longer here. So
No. Go
when we
ahead. Go
traveled,
ahead.
we started as what we call
Uh-huh.
at that time the Garifuna All Star Band. It was not
Okay.
the collective then.
Uh-huh.
It was the
Okay.
Garifuna All Star Band, and
Uh-huh.
we were traveling with the Paranda album. That's
Okay.
Paul Nabor, Hercinio Cayetano, Dale
Mm.
Guzman, Junior
Mm.
Randa,
Mm.
Aurelio, Andy, a variety of artists.
Uh-huh.
So was a beautiful journey. Yeah.
So that was the journey. And that one took you where?
That trip that we went on was in we went to Rennes. It's a small town a town in France.
Okay.
And
Okay.
since then,
Uh-huh.
there was an album Watina. When Watina was produced, when Watina was produced, it was Andy Palazzo in collaboration with a number of artists. So Andy Palazzo with Adrian the Duck Martinez, Aurelio Martinez, Lloyd, Agustin, Reckless Flores. Um, they were, they were
Yes,
just,
yes, yes.
yeah.
Yes, yes. Greatness, greatness. Come together.
But that
Uh-huh.
album, that
Uh-huh.
album for me, that album for me spoke to me deeply because
Tell us. Tell us. Uh-huh. Tell us.
there are three songs that summed up the album for me and summed up the Garifuna journey, the Garifuna purpose. The
Sample
first
them for
one,
me, now, bro. Please sample them and tell us in English. describe or narrate, and then you give us the English version. Go ahead, please.
So the first one was the prayer. And when Andy Palacio said, Wago Chibungyo, Agamba Bei Wamalali,
Mm.
Wati wa Bwago Idarabao,
Mm.
Arihaba Hawag Bisani, Wago
Mm.
Chibungyo, Agamba Bei Wamalali, Wati wa Bwago Idarabawa, Arihaba Hawag Bisani, Go Bogu Chile,
Mm.
Ibeti Megate, Frigiti
Mm.
Wa. So, it's basically a prayer turned into a song.
Mm.
There's so many things that Andy Palacio saw.
But give the words in English.
Yeah.
The words. It is saying,
Wagu Chibungi Agamba Bei Wamalali, our Father God, listen to our voices.
mhm,
Wati Wabuagu Idaraba, we call on you, help us.
yes.
Arihaba Hawag Bisani, look upon your
Mm.
children. Ugu Chile,
Yeah.
dear Lord, Gibeti Megeti. There's a lot that has been going on.
True.
For
Mhm.
Egiti Wabum, for this we pray to you.
Yes, I. Yes, I.
Uba Garabali to blow your holy breeze on us, and then the response is
Yes.
where you way you day by day.
Ah,
Ruba
the
derebugu,
refrain. The refrain. Yeah.
Ruba derebugu, to give us strength. You say
Yes.
we way you day by day.
Yes. Yes.
Pagege de bay wagu, open our eyes where you way
Yes, I.
day by right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So for me,
Mm-hmm.
when I hear that album, I think about first the prayer and the Palacio praying for himself,
Yes.
his
Yes.
journey, the
Mm-hmm.
culture
Yes.
in its entirety,
Yes.
and all of us who are on that
Thank you.
journey along with him.
Thank you. Thank
But
you.
during that prayer,
Uh-huh.
for that prayer to materialize,
Uh-huh.
there has to be action.
Yes.
So my next song for that album would then be Sungu Belida Abang
Aye, bruh.
Naguwaraliwa Malale.
Yes, I. Yes,
All
I.
of us together as one. We're gonna call out our voices.
Yes, I.
Mohaliweyo, Fegela Wago. Right?
Hiya.
Sun has rise. Let's open our eyes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Arigawamitya, Laruko Gabina File. Let's look at the brightness of the sun. Right?
Thank you. Thank you.
So so through our prayer allows us to reflect.
Uh-huh.
Sungube leader Abba. Now we have to
Uh-huh.
start to take action together as a people.
Together. Together.
Must war the womb
Yes.
together for
Yes.
that prayer to materialize.
Yes. At this point, I will ask you for our English audience to translate the concept Dungwala Wasamina.
Let me just finish the
Go ahead, bro.
album.
Go ahead, bro. Sorry,
So
sorry. Go ahead.
if we don't through action do what it is that we need to do for that prayer to materialize, and the Palacio is saying, Kaba funasa ayegawabute amuyega. If we don't take action, we will eventually start to ask ourselves, who will bake cassava bread with us in times to come? Kaba funasa ayan hong garifuna numa amwe. Who will speak Garifuna with me in times to come if we don't ensure that what we're praying for has an action to it together as a people. Chiluhalidan lo lareidahun. The time has come for our culture to be preserved. Chiluhalidan lo
Yes.
larufudahun. The time has come for our culture to be taught.
Yes.
Otherwise, we will lose it altogether.
You ain't lying. Been out, yeah?
So those three songs summed up the Watina album for me.
But then the song Watina itself and this taxi went up on Hopkins Road.
Mm-hmm.
I do a bit about your please do that one for us.
Watina, sitina, nimuretina, tumalubune namua,
Ah,
madi ayudante,
Upa.
la nugunina.
Mm, mm.
I call out,
Yes, I
I
call out.
hiss out, whistle.
Yes, I listen.
Right? I even spoke to the conductor,
Yes,
but
yes.
man no one care me. Yeah.
Yeah. What was it like traveling with Paul Nabor? What was it like?
I think there is so much that I learned
Mm,
working with these gentlemen, these icons of
yes.
our culture.
Okay. Okay.
Um, not not more so what I learned about them,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
but what I learned about myself
Which
through my
is
interactions with them.
which is what, bruh?
Um, when we look at life itself,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
we could be in the presence of people,
Mm-hmm.
and when you're in the presence of people for such extended period of time, like being on the
Mm-hmm.
road,
Yes.
it can be an experience where people get um, where you get upset all the time because people have different characters.
That is true.
It could
That
be a situation where you get frustrated because you are away from your family.
mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
because you notice that there are different characters that you have to manage, you
Right.
have to
Right.
then realize that you have characters that you yourself has to manage for yourself.
You ain't lying. Been out, yeah.
And
Been
if you
out.
can't manage you, then there's
Mm-hmm.
nobody else or no other situation that you can manage.
Yes. Yes.
So to be able to work with these icons, and see these different characters and what comes out of these characters, being on
Mm.
stage and being off stage like two different persons. um
But Josh, you went to Europe with them, didn't you?
I
Go to
did.
Europe with them.
Yes.
Aha. Tell us about that, bravo. Bro. Hey,
um
hey.
being on tour was, well, comes with its own challenges, but
Mm-hmm.
what I can say is, those those challenges were were minuscule
Okay,
when
okay.
you realize everything that you have gained from the
Mm-hmm.
journey itself.
Mm-hmm.
um, to be able to hear people who are not Garifuna, um, 10,000, 17,000, fifteen
Yeah,
thousand people,
yeah.
um, be able to sing back with you.
Hey,
Watina, because at that time, Watina was number one album on the world music charts, right?
thank you,
So
thank
when
you,
people
thank you.
when when people come to see us, it's because many of them would have listened to the album before. So when
Yes,
we go on stage and you hear that call back, that call and
yes,
response, it was it,
yes.
it, it was always so beautiful and rewarding for me.
Yeah, but you see, Josh, your role is unique, yeah, and not to be underestimated because the drums in and of themselves call out they invoke, the presence of our ancestors. So you get drunk with the spirit when you get drunk with ecstasy when you are immersed playing the drums. Yes or no?
Oh yeah, because the drums itself, just 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 in its design and building, the drums itself comes with three spirits. Just sitting there by itself, it has three spirits. Everything that is alive carries its own spirit.
Mhm.
Not because something does not exist in its natural form as you know it,
Mhm.
does not mean that it has outlived its usefulness. Um, the tree might no longer be in the forest, but the spirit of the tree resides in this drum. So the
But
tree
I
is
am uh-huh.
the
But
tree is still. Go ahead.
the crowd get ecstatic as you on stage are ecstatic, immersed in the music. So you see the crowd and the audience, they get ecstatic. How is that experience?
So let me just finish what I was saying here.
Uh-huh. Yes,
So
yes, yes.
the tree of the spirit of the tree resides in the drum. The
Yes.
vine acts as a super highway in the jungle. The vine no longer exists in the jungle, but the spirit of the vine resides in the drum. The animal no longer exists in the jungle, but the spirit of the animal resides in the drum,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
right?
Uh-huh.
The drum maker gives value to all three spirits. The drum player gives voice to all three spirits. So even when you're playing, you have to acknowledge the power that you are carrying,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So when you
Yes.
start playing your drum, you go to a different place because it's not just you in that space and in that time, right? So
Yes.
for me, I always say I am not the best drummer. I don't aspire to be the best drummer, but I make sure that I am the best version of myself every time I play.
Thank you. Abba. Abba.
So
Yay.
so so if I am the best version of me, I will not song the best. I will not song no, I will not song the same when I am tired as if I am rested. I will not song the same if I am sick as if I am well, as opposed
Ah,
to if I am well. But I
mhm.
will bring the best version of me.
Ah,
It doesn't matter what situation it is that I am in.
yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
so if I am bringing the best version of me into a space with all these spirits, right? Then it is easy to capture. It's like you say, when you're in your
Ecstatic. In
element,
your element. In your element.
you could bring people along with that.
Me
On
now.
you could bring people along on that journey with you
Yes,
because
sir.
it's really a journey,
Yes.
and on that journey, that journey can be expressed through different things, through
Yes.
teaching,
Mm-hmm.
through painting,
Mm-hmm.
through reading, even narrating a story, right? You could bring people along that journey.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So fast forwarding. Hey, are you a pioneer in the Battle of the Drum? Did you help to
Um,
create it? Did you help to create it?
oh no, no, no. Darius is the person who pioneered
Okay.
the Battle of the Drums.
Uh-huh.
Andy
Uh-huh.
Palacio had connected me with Darius before the Battle of the Drums. Uh, the Battle of the Drums did its first competition,
Mm-hmm.
and we were supposed to meet to discuss the Battle of the Drums, but
Okay.
unfortunately, our timing did not um,
Mesh.
did not mesh, so we didn't.
Mm-hmm.
But I judged for the Battle of the Drums 4 years,
Okay.
while I was teaching I taught Garifuna drumming and culture at Galen University. So I took students from the university to showcase at the Battle of the Drum.
That's what I wanted to ask you about. You are a teacher of drumming. Give us a, chronicle of that because you teach in different places. I see you on TV teaching drumming.
Yeah.
Where and how?
Well, when I was growing up, we believed um, that drumming was a skill that you were born with, that the skill
Uh-huh.
could not be taught. But
Okay, okay,
the
okay,
skill of drumming can be taught.
okay.
Um, just like everything else, some people will born with certain skills, and they will be the they will be the one who will determine how
Uh-huh.
far they would take that skill,
Uh-huh.
right? But there are some people who are not born with this skill, but because they were exposed to it, they also can determine how far they want to go with it, right? So they have to have a certain level of passion for what it is that you do. Um, for me, I see drumming as I see Garifuna drumming as my purpose, as I see
Okay.
Garifuna go as my purpose.
Yes.
Um, Everything that I've ever done in my lifetime is because I had my drums by my side. Um,
Um,
Everything that I didn't do is because there's a high possibility that my drums would not be able to accompany me during that journey. Um, so for me, naturally, for I wanted to learn more, and keep exploring, um, and found out that I learned more from teaching than than I no, let me not say it that way. I reached a certain threshold
mhm,
by
mhm.
just playing within the community, and doing everyday playing and conversing with drummers.
Okay.
And then you reach a certain level where, okay, where do I go next?
Uh-huh.
And
Uh-huh.
then when you start teaching people, the people you are teaching become your teacher, because they
Mhm.
ask certain question that you would not even think about, and your
I
other
see.
drummer friends would not even think, because the conversation that you have with drummers, you don't even have to finish your sentence because we understand what it is that we're talking.
Yes. Oh, yes.
But now when you talk to people who are non-drummers, and they
Uh-huh.
start, but why this and how this and when, and can you, right? And then you start to reflect on those questions, and then
Yeah.
one question takes you. So when somebody asks one question, now you have to answer that one question. But now,
Mhm.
for you to answer that one question, you have to ask yourself 10 other questions.
Yeah. Yes. 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 Yes.
So,
No, to those, to you in the audience, in other words, drumming is a language. It is its
yeah,
own language.
it's its own language. It's its own language.
And Brawe, what is your closing remark, please?
Um, for me, drumming. I want let me. I can't leave your show without saying this.
Okay, okay,
The drums comes with three spirits:
right.
the wood, the vine, and the skin. When we remove the skin to replace it with a synthetic skin or a plastic skin, you automatically lose one of the spirits.
Okay, okay.
So you're no longer representing a true Garifuna drum.
Mm,
And
mm,
while your drum will sound loud,
mhm.
there's a high possibility that when you're done playing, you will be more tired than if you play a drum that has a natural skin.
Okay.
The reason why you will get more tired is because yourself and a natural skin are operating on the same wavelength.
Mm-hmm.
The skin will absorb some of that energy.
Yes.
A plastic
Yes.
skin will resist that energy, so it goes back to you,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? So I want people to hear what I'm saying. As best
Oh,
as possible, try as best as possible not to play or cover your drum with a plastic skin because it is not representing the true Garifuna drum in its entirety, right?
yes.
I I just wanted to share
Um,
part.
Josh, family tradition, including the Garifuna tradition, is passed down, orally.
Mhm.
But can we document and just like how we had to ask you to narrate the songs in English and so on, that's the next level. That's the next step we need to go. So people are not going to get, consumed with our music, but they are understanding the words. But with respect to writing the book on drumming and your biography, when can we expect it?
Well, I already started the book on drumming.
Ah,
So
ah, oh,
yeah, I'm hoping by next year around this time we should have
uh-huh.
we should have something.
Okay, then at that time you will come back to the show. Okay. Is
So
there any? Go ahead, please.
yeah, so I could
Close
just
for us.
close it.
Close for us. Uh-huh.
Ay,
Are you? Are you?
Sereme.
Sorry,
Mabig.
Mabry.